Hello, everybody. Can you see me and hear me? Why does this not show my little green microphone things? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Mandy, I just saw your text. I got to text you back. I'm so proud of you. I have to text you back, though. I was about to do it, and then I realized how close it was to this live. Let's get a paragraph from the blueprint to start. Where did I put it? Oh. I just almost knocked over my whole table. That would have been a lot of fun. Okay, let's start with passage. Let's get one paragraph. Boom. But of course, divine timing doesn't mean doing nothing. It means aligning your actions with faith. It means listening to your inner timing, not just the clock on the wall. It means knowing when to move and when to wait, when to speak and when to listen, when to try again, and when to rest. So figure out where you're at today and give yourself that. Is that like in the picture? Hold on. Okay. Let's get started. Just so everyone knows, there is a couple giveaways. Oh my gosh, I almost did it again. There's a couple giveaways going on. I posted a video yesterday. There's the 75K giveaway, the members giveaway, which is in the same video as the 75K giveaway. And then there's also the blueprint review giveaway. So make sure you check that out. There's a lot of prizes going out. Okay, let me go back up. Message and song from my spirit team regarding immediate action for me to take this month. Huh. Okay, so the song is Living Hell, right? But the person's like in this box and they have this stick thing. So the immediate action is you're breaking out of some kind of box. Let's see what box it is, though. Allowing yourself to get in the mode of receiving, almost like you're still energetically over giving in multiple ways, and putting yourself in receive mode shows that you know that you've accomplished something and you're in the in between waiting for the results of that, as opposed to more to do. So ironically enough, kind of being in that state of ease and receive. Message from my team about my interview today. How will it go? The Devil and the Six of Wands. It's the energy between. It's in your hands. I feel like for some reason there's either a lot of nerves or there's kind of like a self-limiting belief surfacing. It's not what this interview is, it's what this interview is symbolic of. So it feels like it can go quite literally either way. The Three of Swords in reverse is about a release. So release the need to have everything perfect and it will go well. If you go into there feeling like it's only going to go well if I'm perfect, you're going to get yourself in this loop of like, okay, that didn't go the way I wanted to. The next step doesn't. It'll go backwards instead of forwards, if that makes sense. Hold on. This is like not in a good spot. Okay. Any messages about S in my future? Better or worse? Better or worse? I guess that wanted to go over there. It's a lesson. It feels like a lesson being learned. Strength was going to be in the middle, but it like shot over there. So it feels like what you're doing is you're overcoming either avoidant or anxious attachment styles as it pertains to communication. So this person is testing that for you. So it feels more like a lesson. And it can evolve into more, but it feels like the lesson needs to be learned first before anything. Did my car get dinged at work, at a store, or at the golf course? Work, store, golf course. Store, Golf course. Store? I think store. These are both cards about being vulnerable, not having protection, maybe someone parking too close. It was between store and golf course because Page of Swords in reverse. But Page of Swords in reverse to me was more intentional. Like someone kind of like did it almost like, oh, this is in the way. But then Magician came out. So I don't think it's that. I think it's the middle one, the store. Yeah. Not intentional either, though. The intentional was with the Page of Swords in reverse, but I don't think it was the golf course. Any messages for the next 5 weeks? 5 weeks. You're meant to quell the storm in some regard. Like, yes, you're being tested, but see how she's holding this stick and there's a bunch of bees around it and it's like a on fire nest thing. But none of the bees are bothering her, right? It's almost like, yes, you're being tested, but you're in this bubble of protection and you're actually the one that's kind of like guiding the shadows. Like, I guess I'd say the next 5 weeks is allow yourself to befriend your shadows. Not like, oh, I'm so happy they're here, but like, okay, this is coming up. It's supposed to teach me something. I'm protected to learn it, is kind of the energy. How will this phone call go today? I'm nervous. What's the energy of the phone call? I feel like, there's going to be some progress made, but the Empress in reverse, I do feel like you're going to feel very out of your element. So maybe doing something to kind of ground yourself right before, even if it's literally, if you can just take the phone call in the grass without shoes on. I don't know if you can or not, but like maybe that, or do something that gets you, this is you kind of feeling very out of your element going into it, but then it kind of, going a certain way where you're able to kind of get the message across. But then Queen of Swords in reverse, clarified by Two of Swords, is like by the end of the conversation, there's a feeling of not everything being cleared away. Like there's still some things up in the air. So I guess I'd say you don't make as much progress as you want, but you show yourself how capable you are of stepping out of your comfort zone. Messages for the week/month. Yeah, I feel like it's your dad's wife. Because I was getting a test that is similar to throwing rocks and hiding my hands, and then I said, "Is it her?" And I got Queen of Cups. I feel like, this is more the next month, like 3 weeks to a month, I would say. It just feels like you're going to experience something that in the past would have been this tower, but now you're able to be like, oh, again, or like, oh, okay. Like it's almost spirit showing you how detached you are from something, not in a bad way, but just detached from like, your energy is your problem. I'm not going to eat that for breakfast. It's not my breakfast. I guess I would say it's so that you can stop feeling like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it's almost like you're like, okay, is something going to happen where I'm going to be really triggered? Something's going to happen where in the past it would have triggered you and you're going to be like, oh, I got nothing to worry about now. Does my grandfather's spirit visit me last night, or was it simply a dream? And what was the message behind it? No, that was somebody visiting you. That's teamwork. What was the message behind it? To enact some kind of change. This Seven of Swords in this deck always makes me think of like self-sabotage, because she's not like looking over her shoulder, right? This is like, I'm walking away from this change or new opportunity. And this message that came through was like, no, go back to that idea that was important. So I feel like it's saying, the message is saying like, go back and rethink about something that you thought about but didn't enact yet. How does Brayton truly feel about me? Is he being sincere about a relationship, or is he a player? I feel like it's too early to tell, like from his perspective. I don't know exactly what I want yet, but I see some potential here. Five of Cups is reverse coming out first, so I do think that there's still some healing from a previous situation that's happening, but there is this Ace of Wands looking to a new beginning, but Seven of Pentacles, I need time to get there. I got to climb this ladder. I got to see it through all the different phases. So I would say he's being sincere and he's not being a player, but he needs time to make sure that this is what he wants. He's not ready to make a full decision yet. What has made my haters suddenly go quiet? We love that. We love that. Because you said something publicly that contradicted their lie. The Magician and the Sun is like, oh, people saw it, people heard it, people know it. Page of Swords in reverse. What? Their lie. It's like you unknowingly contradicted their narrative in a way that was like, oh, well, she doesn't know she's doing that. So it's not like she's doing it to try and contradict the narrative. She's just speaking truth and it happens to contradict the narrative, kind of thing. I've been feeling ill all week. Is this my body telling me to slow down? I've lost 6 pounds. Yes. It's like your Two of Pentacles in reverse. When you're not busying yourself away with external things, you can see or identify where you need internal care. So the Ace of Wands, you can have a new beginning with that. Four of Pentacles getting back into alignment. See how the little mouse is handing him the key? I kind of want to, you know how like for some reason I'm getting the reference of like when a mouse bites through a cord and then you need to buy a new cord, but like you can't use the electronic until you get a new cord. Like you're the electronic and your cord has been bitten. So it's almost like Spirit's going to give you a new cord when it's time, but right now there's a need for rest. Let me go to my other monitor thingy. Will I be able to get a new job soon? With a token. What is that? Ice cream cone or a tree? It's got to be a tree. Yeah, it's a tree. All right, so we got... No, it's got to be an ice cream cone. I don't know where my thing is for this. It's either ice cream cone or a tree. Let's see. Maybe it'll make more sense with the cards. Will you be able to get a job soon? Don't let your ice cream melt while you're busy counting someone else's sprinkles. That's the message here. Queen of Swords in reverse, Six of Pentacles. I feel like you may have to get something that's not ideal so that you can get your foot in the door. Queen of Swords in reverse. Why is it reversed? Is there someone you know that has a kind of job that could get you in on like a temporary thing? Like you might not stay there forever. It might not be what you want to do. It might not necessarily even be in your skill set, but it's something that gets the flow going again. It feels like that. I feel like that kind of job you could get sooner than what you're actually looking for. But then when you're in that and you're having the income come in, then you can have kind of more time to not be in a panic to find what you are looking for. I feel like somebody you know can connect you with a transitionary job, and that would be the quickest. 3 to 4 weeks will be my birthday, 8/28. Oh, okay. Narcissists love messing them up. Okay. Okay. I feel way more emotionally grounded by them. Will my dad ever see the truth depth? Message song. Let's start with your birthday. I feel like she'll try to make it so that your dad doesn't focus on you a lot. Like her goal that day is to have more attention than you. Yeah. 7 of Cups reverse, clarity. Focus on me, only me, tunnel vision to me. What came out? Yeah, Page of Wands. Self-exploration. So I almost feel like she may have some kind of moment that day that's like, oh, I need attention because of this moment in the days prior to your birthday. It's like that setup type of thing. Will your dad ever see the truth depth? I don't think so. I mean, I can't say never, but this is like You know, when you think you know something, so you don't go back and look at it differently, like the sky is blue. I'm not going to go outside and look at different shades of green and try to match it up because I know it's blue. It's like that, but like he's not right about it. You know what I mean? Like typically, if you're right about it, that's fine. As you grow through this gate, you begin to understand that love is not about control, possession, or certainty. It's about presence, about being with what is, even when it's fleeting. You learn to hold space for both the joy and the sorrow, for what arrives and what leaves. You stop chasing the kind of love that demands your silence and start becoming the kind of love that makes others feel safe to speak. Page 95. To that, I would say just be grateful that you can't understand where she's coming from because that's just not the kind of person you are. And I think that that's how you stay that's how you're able to stay the appropriate level of detached from letting their water sink your ship, if you know what I mean. What do my angels and guides want me to know with a token? Okay, so we got a ring. Let's see. It's not giving relationship ring though. It's giving valuables. Oh, no, a valuable download. It's like something's about to be confirmed for you. And interestingly enough, I just did a TikTok reading where it was like someone's about to tell on themselves. Between the 8th and the 13th was the dates in that reading. So I'm wondering, this feels associated with that. It's like spirits dropping you a confirmation of a download that you've already received to help to piece something together that's valuable, like information wise. What are my guides wanting to tell me right now? What are my guides wanting to tell? You overcame whatever was blocking you from feeling like you're strong enough to try. Almost like the scariest step was the first, and now you're like, oh, okay, I can do this. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. You've completed whatever your guides were leaving you. What's that term when you go find things in the wild? Scavenger hunt. Like your guides were leading you through some kind of scavenger hunt to put together this puzzle to show you, yes, you actually are strong enough for this new start. You're just kind of talking yourself backwards because it's a big change, but this is like you did it. It's like your guides are like, you did the damn thing. I realize and see spirit is clearly wanting me to see them. Who are they? Who are they? Do you have like a grandfather in spirit here? Sunflowers may be significant as well. Sunflowers makes me think Bethany. So I'm wondering if either you have a grandfather in spirit or a best friend of yours has a grandfather in spirit that would be kind of maybe helping you lead you back to your friend if that was the case, or lead you forward in some other way if that is not the case and it's your person. But this feels like a grandfather, like a teddy bear grandfather. Oh, thank you, Dolly. I think I still have to answer your email, by the way. Guys, I'm very behind. Summer's kicking my butt with Gavin. He doesn't let me be inside. What message do you need to hear? What message? Don't let a past fear talk you out of some kind of decision. It's almost like you know what the right decision is, but before enacting it, you may have some kind of like buyer's remorse, like, oh, is this actually the right decision? There's a need to trust your decision-making processes and not overthink yourself out of a decision once it's made. What is the gift of my core wound? I like this question. It's a good question. What is the gift of my core wound? Huh. Self-compassion, where there used to be quickness to judgment about beliefs that were ingrained in you from others. How else do I word that? Hold on. So like other people downloaded their beliefs into your supercomputer brain, right? And for a long time, when those beliefs would dictate your choices, and then your choices wouldn't be in alignment with who you are now, you would be like, oh, I'm wrong, I'm bad, that was bad, that was dumb, why did I do that? Now you're seeing it as, no, that was a programming that I needed to take control over the reprogramming of. And I feel like that's your gift, because now that's how you see the world as well. Like, you see it as, okay, people are not coming from a place of malice all the time. Often it's from incorrect programming that's not in alignment with who they are. So I feel like your gift is helping people recognize the programming. Is a full refurbishment of my workplace being approved, or only partial improvements? And when will it happen? Full, partial. When will it happen? I feel like it's gonna. This to me is like, partial gets approved, and then they go start doing the partial, and they're like, no, we got to do this the right way. It kind of feels like that, because it feels like it feels like it starts as a partial, right? Because impulsive teamwork, it's kind of like, okay, we just got to do something because we can't leave it like this, right? And it's like, we start doing that, and then boom, tower, how do we fix it? New beginning, let's be mature about this and do it the right way. So it feels like it's partial that then gets turned into like a full one, because of something that didn't all the way wasn't all the way able to be fixed in the partial. I feel like the partial happens more quickly, and then the other one is like, maybe they're halfway through the partial and they have to switch it to just doing it the right way. I just keep hearing someone say, no, we got to do it the right way. We're going to have to do it the right way. Why am I feeling this overwhelming urgency to get completely organized and eliminate extra possessions? It's interesting because I literally just finished doing that to my office. Well, not finished, but most of the way. Anyway, it might be something in the air. Yeah, it's like you want your external environment to match with your internal one, and you've done a lot of internal shedding, and now Six of Wands external, you want it to match the battle that you quelled. That's the right word, right? Quell means like calm something down. You quelled the internal battle, Five of Wands in reverse. Now the step forward is having your external match. Will you move within the next 2 years? I don't think within the next 2 years. I think it might be a little bit, maybe in between 2 and 4 years. Does Sean plan or intend on harming me? Was he a handler of me? I would say no, not harm. This is more like trying to get information on you. The Magician is, what do you have that I can use to either get money or get out of a battle? Was he a handler of me? Yes. I don't know what else to say other than yes, especially when it comes to trying to get information or test emotional reactions or lack thereof. Where did my whole screen go? Oh, there we go. Or test emotional reactions or lack thereof. I would say yes. Could you give me a song that has meaning for me? One second. The Drum by The Siege. Seige. The Drum by The Siege. Hold on, let me see what the first lines are. Set me free or give me death. There ain't no other choices. Set me free or give me death. Other choices. I want to say to you, this is your song of graduation. It's like you've found a way to set yourself free recently, and it's taken you from the page to the king because you're finally trusting your decision-making processes. Thank you, Mandy. Let's see what you need to know. Four of Cups, a download. A download. Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony with the heavens, resolution. You're getting a download that's going to unlock how to ground into some kind of resolution as it pertains to your emotions. Oh. This is probably pertaining to the last thing that we talked about with that person. Self-forgiveness. Something's coming in that's going to help you forgive yourself for whatever it is that you feel like you wish you could have done differently. It's almost like you're going to get a realization of you did exactly what you needed to do and played the role that you needed to play to free yourself from someone else's tentacles, like their grasp. Like you released yourself from the tentacles of their energy infecting your journey. How does my stepbro with disability from head injury view me, dog's time together? I worry he's not getting love, patience, joy at home. How does he enjoy the time together? Yeah, I mean, it's different than what I'm experiencing at home. I actually feel like we are emotionally connecting in a grounded way. So this to me is since this with you is different than what is being experienced at home, this is like attention and emotional support versus a lack of that at home. So I would say he enjoys and the dogs. So he probably views you as a little team, you, him, and the dogs. And I mean these are people and these are animals here. So it feels like much needed support that's not happening other places. Yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse. I want to say it as I feel as though he likely feels a bit ignored at home. And or excluded or misunderstood. Any of those words I feel like would fit. Why are certain people twisting everything I say lately? I'm constantly second guessing myself or what and how I say things. What is behind all of this? You're not wrong. I want to word it as you've changed the radio station and people who used to be able to understand you are having like they don't understand their feelings as it pertains to why they're not understanding you. When your frequency raises, you might not understand or see how your light is filtering out differently. But like my office light, it's like on a dimmer, right? So I can walk in and it can be a little bit, or I can walk in and it can blind me. Same thing with my ring light. Your lights are turned up and people are blaming you for blinding them when if their light was just turned up a little brighter, it would make their eyes adjust to the brightness and they wouldn't be so triggered. So I would say, it's a test on your part to know that whenever you're having anxiety, just keep repeating the word flow. Like whenever you're finding yourself overthinking, just be like flow, flow, flow. Like maybe you can even say turn on flow, something like that. But like basically you're overthinking because your empathy is telling you, hey, these people are uncomfortable with your light, and you're like, oh, I gotta turn it down then. No, you don't. No, you don't. You fought very hard to turn it up. We're not turning it down. I would say just repeat the flow thing. Maybe that'll help you kind of get back out of the brain hamster wheel. Message and a song from A. Where did I? Oh, there it is. Number 8. We don't need a number. P.S. I'm so proud of you. You don't hear it enough, but I need you to know I am proud of you. I see how far you've come, even when you don't. I see the way you keep going, even when it's hard. I see your strength in the quiet moments and the choices no one else notices. You have made it through so much, and you are still standing. You are doing better than you think, and I am so incredibly proud of you. My Best Friend by Tim McGraw is the song. What do you need to know about that? I mean, proud of you for continuing to move forward despite Knight of Cups in reverse is like your emotions have been in survival mode because you're trying to teach yourself tools that you don't yet have to process emotions that are new. So this is like you're doing a really good job at that. All right, back to this list if I can find my mouse. Song from Brighton after meeting me in person. Hold on. A Million Dreams by Pink. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting for me. Yes, this person sees potential but doesn't know yet if they're ready to step into it. There's just time that's needed. You know what I mean? Yeah, 8 of Cups in reverse, the Sun. I don't want to walk away. I want to see what's here. I just need time. Is 5G frequency being used as a weapon now on lower frequency people to delete people? Is 5G frequency being used as a weapon? Page of Swords in reverse to affect the thoughts. King of Pentacles around stability. So to affect thoughts around feeling stable, to confuse, to disrupt the signal. The Emperor in reverse and take away power. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some disruption of. This is how I'm seeing it. I don't know if this is like literal, okay? But like almost if like the neural pathways are these little marble road things, you know, like the marble things that you can hang on the wall. I should get one for this wall. Anyway, the marble things you hang on the wall, almost as if they need some kind of lubrication for the ball to roll, and this can deplete some of the lubrication, so it's harder for the ball to roll. But none of that is literal. Does that? Hopefully that makes sense. Is my mother especially present during her birthday, July 23rd and August 14th? Mine. July 23rd is the day before my son's birthday. It's my son's birthday eve. So, birthday eve. Clarity in beliefs that are challenged of disconnection. I bring clarity on beliefs that are challenged around disconnection. So I try to show you how present I am. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. I try to show you how present I am. In what way is that different than other days? Knight of Wands. A lot more fiery. Oh, I kept the time period, and I'm like, what are you talking about time period? July and August are both days where it's nice outside. You can be outside. This is nature. I feel like she is able to utilize more. She uses nature more heavily on those days because she knows that those are days that you're going to end up being outside at some point. So it's almost like she plans little nature, like a positive bear trap where like you can't miss it. You have, when you step in it, you have to see it because you get pulled up in it, type of thing, but not in like a bear trap way. Message from spirit guides. Message from spirit guides. Why is that so bright? Whatever it is right now that feels very heavy, it's because there's another path to take around the issue. It's like where there is resistance, it's not resistance for no reason. It's resistance because there's a different strategy needed. And when the other strategy is enacted, the problem will ease up, or the barrier will ease up. Message from my spirit guides. You're one choice or action away from closing out the cycle, but it's coming in divine timing. It's not like you can just take it right now. It's like when the choice is presented to you and you take the action, it's completely closing out the previous cycle. And it feels like, I want to say this chapter has been like a million little bee stings, because this is like a bee deck and there's a bee up there. Anyway, this chapter felt like a million little bee stings, and it's like you're finally getting a bee suit so you don't get stung anymore by it. Has my Sammy been flirting with Courtney? Has Sammy, I don't know why I said my Sammy. Has Sammy, maybe because the last two letters are MY? Has Sammy been flirting with Courtney? Knight of Cups in is reversed, and that would be more like flirty energy. But see how he's like holding the cup this way? And behind is the team, and in front is extreme isolation. It's almost like is Sammy flirting with Courtney? It's almost like Sammy is trying to bait Courtney into flirting first, so Sammy feels more comfortable to flirt. So if there is flirting, it's not the extent of what Sammy wants to flirt as. Check in with my mom, who is alive, but we are estranged. What is her current energy towards whatever you most want to know about? It feels like there's purposeful progress being made after some kind of worst case scenario. So it's almost like I avoid, not you, her, I avoid some kind of problem until I can't anymore. And now that I can't anymore, I'm like, okay, I need to fix this. What about the relationship between the two of you? Whatever's happening now may be towery enough to make her reconsider how she's handling the situation with you, but that won't be for some time. I feel like whatever this tower is right now, it's kind of rocking her a bit, but not in like a dangerous way, just like in a, oh wow, I need to start to look at life a little differently way. Message from Paul. Did he send that bird to me while I was with Charlie? What did it mean? He sent squirrels before. Freedom from a missed opportunity. Squirrels plus bird. Squirrels climb in a tree, birds fly from the tree. What could be the message there? There's a message. Missed opportunity. It's like this is a combination of this message and the last message. Squirrels climb tree, then go out of the tree. Sometimes they hide in the tree. Birds fly to the tree, then fly away from the tree. Journal about that or something, or maybe like say what I just said to yourself out loud in the mirror and talk it through. There's some message there. But I would say yes. Oh yeah. Messenger. Yeah. And Rise Up by Andra Day is the song playing. Is Amy Bradley now the mentor of the new girls being brought into work? Does she want to be found? Unseen clarity on what? Messenger? And a truck just drove by, like a big truck. She a mentor? I can see this being a mentor. Two of Swords would be when they first come in. She's under the moon. She's like, don't know what's going on here. Seven of Cups in reverse is clarity. So this would be someone coming in and being like, this is what's going on here. And the Knight of Swords to the Page of Swords in reverse is like a mismatched communication. So it's like one person is saying one thing, but the other person's taking it a different way. Like almost like, okay, you're kind of in danger now. This is how it's going to be. And the other person's still not getting it yet, if that makes sense. So I would say it feels something like that. What happened regarding the relationship with Dion and myself? Was there something I did? I think that it ended because there was outside interference here. That Eight of Cups in reverse. It's like I need to risk something because I need to risk something with you because I can't risk something over there. I need an answer over there. I don't think this is anything you did. Now, Ace of Wands, it's just that this person chose a different new beginning. And 10 of Pentacles in reverse coming out first. This isn't someone that's going to build with you anyway. This is someone who you're going to be needing to say, okay, pick up that brick. Okay, take 3 steps over there, put the brick down. Okay, go. You don't want to have to do that. And it feels like this person kind of is someone who makes people feel like he's doing them a favor by allowing them to carry the bricks. I don't know. It's something weird like that. School starts Monday. Everyone's kid starts so early. Mine doesn't start till next month. What do I need to best support them? What do I need to best support them? Playing offense on self-exploration. Is there something you could do with them right after school or maybe before bed that's like journaling or some kind of like, I don't know, like even if it's just like 10 minutes, like getting their thoughts out. Maybe it's just like a brain dump type of thing. I don't know. I'm just like seeing you sit at the table with them at some point, either right after school or right before bed. And it's like, okay, let's just get everything out and then go. Like, I don't know, something like that, helping them process big changes. And maybe it's just for like the first half of the year, or maybe they like it and you keep doing it, something like that. Was my mom paid hush money or a trust from my biological dad when I was born? I just noticed my light went out. Hush money or a trust? It feels more like favors owed. Like you owe me this, I owe you that. In order for you to get away with this, then I need to do this. It's like everyone's scratching each other's back to hide something, to overpower. Yeah, King of Swords in reverse from your biological dad. It reads more like blackmail or favors than money. Not that there might not have been some money, because Ace of Pentacles is there, but that wasn't the main factor. There was other things that people were getting out of secrecy besides just money. Where's my mouse? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Why did C tell me to reach out and then not respond? See how he's small and sitting on this big pentacle here? It's giving self-importance so that my ego and my mind are not fighting me. This person wanted to see if they could still access you and what you would do if they accessed you and then didn't follow through. Yeah, 8 of Wands, communication, Page of Swords in reverse, without a response. They thought you'd they wanted you to chase them. Hot on the trail. They wanted you to chase them for their ego. Is my son healing and is he securing his future ability to care for his family? Okay, so I just messed up that shuffle. Messed up the shuffle. Okay, so messed up the shuffle. Okay, so messed up the shuffle was previously. He got messed up in the shuffle. Things were shuffling around, couldn't find my footing. But now there's a victory in moving forward. Now things are coming together. Why is that reversed? There's some kind of change he's resisting, and I think it has to do with talking about his feelings, emotions, and thoughts. And I feel like that could eventually jeopardize things, because if that builds up too much, then we have this Chariot where things are not working together anymore. Right now, it feels like he's moving forward, but there's just needs to be mindfulness around how much is he holding in without expressing it. Because I feel like that could make certain self-sabotage come into play at some point because I feel burdened by everything I'm keeping in. So I'm going to start to numb. So we need to avoid that. But short of that, it does look like things are moving forward, I would say. Why is my husband refusing to do what he needs to do? I have the Lovers in reverse popping. Hold on, I need to fix this. It's going to drive me nuts. Lovers in reverse, lack of choice. What we don't change, we choose. Because he's stuck in a comfort zone. If I just don't choose to change anything, if I just don't choose to do the things that I need to do, then I can't fail. Then I can't have a false start. Then I can't be triggered. Then I know what to expect, because right now in my comfort zone, I know what to expect. If I change something, I don't know what to expect. Two of Pentacles in reverse, he doesn't want to be thrown off balance. And I'm noticing the dates on here. 2019 to 2024 may be significant. I feel like maybe the resistance to change started around that year, 2019. And now it's just like I'm too deep into my comfort zone. Why would I change things now? Oh, you are so welcome. Let's get one of these too. Well, this is what we got. Let's get one more. Let's see what we got. A said I was playing chess. Give Heaven Some Hell by Hardy. Not every story was fully written. Some truths were left between the lines. You were never shown an accurate representation of your worth. It's like everyone always reflected back to you the worst parts of themselves so that you could be like, well, that's not me. I might not know who I am, but I know it's not that. And there's just a lot of like cracking open that you've had to do to see yourself clearly, but it's not your fault. It's just that that's how your spirit chose to do it. Like your soul was like, let me see what I'm not first, and then I'll realize what I am. So I want to say that there is a lot of I'm proud of you coming through for not accepting a distorted version of other people's reality as your truth. Feeling called to get back into tarot. What's waiting for me? Is it about the spirit I keep sensing in my new place? Is it a person or who? No, Page of Swords is reversed, but Eight of Wands is upright. Soda pop. It's time for things to pop off. Oh, it's time for things to pop off. Your crown chakra opened. It's like there was a lid on your crown chakra. It popped off, and now spirit's coming through in a way that you understand it more fluidly. And number 11 is like gates. Page of Swords in reverse. It's not necessarily... Is it about the spirit I keep sensing in my new place? No. This is no. This is like spirit communication because your crown chakra is more open now. The Emperor in reverse, there's a need to surrender to the emotions. As you let yourself feel, as you let yourself express your feelings, as you allow yourself to journal or mirror journal even, you'll find more coming in, because what happened is the lid was removed. So now when you say, okay, dump some stuff in, some stuff will be dumped in. Like downloads, not literal stuff. Should I give up the fight? I try to help but feel defeated. Should you give up the fight? Is this what you were talking about previously with the council, like the meeting, the what was it, like a town meeting or something? I want to say it like this. The approach that you're taking is not going to yield the results that you want. I don't know where my voice is going, but I don't think it's necessarily you have to give up, but I think the current approach is not the one that's going to yield the results. I don't know if giving up is going to make you feel like you did the right thing with this Three of Cups here. I think that there's still a part of you that wants to try, but I just think Five of Swords in reverse, you need to try in a different way if you're going to continue to do that, or maybe give yourself a little break, and then when you feel refreshed, try again in a different way. One more and then back to the other list. I've been absent from members' lives. My phone has been hacked. Who? Why? Danger. It caused me to miss the alert. My daughter's car accident. Oh, wow. This fell out. Clarity on King of Pentacles. And I'm noticing the wand is facing up to the castle. My phone has been hacked. Why? Clarity on something within the home. 9 of Pentacles about you. Clarity. I want to say someone trying to get some kind of information. Clarity on what is going on within the home about you specifically. Is there any danger? No, I think that the Want To by Sugarland. We could leave here the way we came, but I don't want to if you don't want to. No, I think the only danger would be if you gave like ammo to someone to use against you, but I don't think that you're doing that. What information are they trying to get? It's like they want to know what you know about something. All right, let me go back to this list. What should I focus on in the next week? Little tasks, like for some reason I'm thinking like cleaning out the junk drawer or catching up on the laundry. Little things like that, like things that will help you get ready to hit the ground running, that if you're focusing on other stuff, all of this would feel like a burden. But if you get it out of the way now in a state of like rest, it kind of just feels like you're completing a puzzle and getting ready for the next door to open. What is the impact of the Genesis bill that Trump signed in July, which introduces a United States digital currency called stablecoin? How will it affect the economy and our daily lives? Oh. It's something that's in place so that they can pull it in out of nowhere. Like it's in place now. We hear about it. We're like, okay, that's a thing of the future. That's a thing for later. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's here. And it shakes things up in a big way that feels like a purposeful timed distraction. Yeah, 9 of Swords. It's meant to bring stability in the beginning to distract away from something else, and then it turns into a form of control, allegedly. Why has my child chose me to be their mom, and do we know each other from a previous life? I'm not saying you haven't had a previous life, but I just don't think that the previous life is relevant to what's happening in this life. This is either way, it's like a fresh start, a chance to rebuild. It feels like this child helps you clear generational trauma just through the experiences that you have with this child. And it's like you and this child are what ends the cycle of previous generational trauma. So it's not that you don't have previous lives. I'm just not necessarily picking up on that. I'm picking up on the importance being the ending of cycles finally being broken. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you know what I mean. Thank you. It is Good Fortune Tarot, Amazon. What happened with Dion and myself? Is it something on my part? Oh, I did that one. My crown chakra vibrated like electricity last Friday. Was that a warning for me? The shield thing kind of makes me think like when you hit a shield, it kind of vibrates. Be careful what you say. Not like careful, like don't talk, but careful, like If it's a need to know basis, don't test how far that message can get if it's in the wrong hands. So I would say it's not necessarily a warning, just like a, hey, remember that what goes out, once it's out, people can use it if they know it. Mm. Any messages for me? What do you need to know? This Town by Neil Horan. Hold on. It's hard. Yesterday I thought I saw your shadow running around. It's funny how things never change in this old town. Okay. It feels like the change you're seeking needs to start from within. And it feels like you're trying to change things externally that are going to keep finding ways to go back into the same slot until whatever's going on within is able to be cleared so that it can manifest a different reflection to your external reality. I feel like there's a repeating lesson and it's trying to show you something about you, not in a negative way, just like in a let's look at this differently way. But as long as you're looking at what you could change externally, you're going to miss what you're trying to be shown, if that makes sense. Why do I want to use whispers? What do you need to know for the next 7 days? Alive. No fear. DNA in reverse. Some kind of upgrade, some kind of download or upgrade. And it's like you may feel a little funny, but it's bringing you back online or like some kind of upgrade. So have no fear. I didn't know how that was going to work out, but yeah, that worked out good. What is behind the unseen involving my home and property? A false start on repair or healing or relief as it pertains to stability. What is behind the unseen involving my home and property? It's kind of giving an attempt to pull someone back out of stability. Whether this is like spiritual tests, whether this is karmic people, whether this is just situations, it's like what's happening is someone has achieved some level of stability and now the opposition is like, can't have that, got to pull out, that type of thing. What is next for me as I continue on my health journey? What's that word? Come on, word. Come on, brain. Plateau. It feels like you're reaching some kind of plateau that might be a little bit frustrating, but it's not like it's not bad. It's not negative because you're not going backwards. It's just like you want more progress to happen. And it kind of feels like you hit this stall period, but you don't go backwards. So looking at the stall as, okay, well, I'm not going backwards. So that's a win. I feel like that's how you get over maybe this emotional frustration because these two are facing each other, right? So it's like, how grounded can you stay when your emotions are being challenged? You're not going backwards, but you're not necessarily running forward either. So I feel like this is saying allow the plateau to not be a sign of frustration, but more of a sign of what's that quote? It's like sometimes spirit gives us a wall so we can lean on it and rest. It's kind of giving that, like, let yourself rest into further relief. Finally opened my heart after many years, and I know that it was a mistake. Do I just give up on a true relationship? Let's pull a card for Now you know it was a mistake. I mean, you live and you learn, right? The Hierophant in reverse is a belief system being challenged, and Two of Pentacles in reverse is how bad this threw you off to challenge the belief system. And Page of Wands is self exploration. So, this was the lesson for you of you can't save people who don't want to be saved. If the person you're in the boat with keeps taking a bucket and pouring more water in there, it doesn't matter how bad you're sipping on the straw to get it out, it's going to sink. So I feel like that was the lesson for you. You can't save people who aren't ready to stop sabotaging. Do I just give up on a true relationship? No, because this balanced, emotionally balanced partner is here, but he's looking over at you needing to overcome what you just went through first. Or they are looking over what you need to overcome after what you just went through first. So right now, I think you need some time for yourself for sure. But that's not to say give up completely. That's to say when you're ready, put yourself back out there and not before. My mouse keeps, okay, there we go. Thank you. This is actually my new spot now. What I was doing was while I was over the other side is I was trying to cover most of the room in soundproofing, but I didn't want this part in soundproofing, but I had to have, you know what I mean? Like I had to move stuff around. Anyways, but now it's pretty much done. I'm going to be doing an office tour soon too. Not that there's much to tour. It's like a big closet, but message from my guides about what matching 2-day spreads with the sacred wounds 1 and 2. Reprogramming self-trust in internal dialogue. And this makes me think the locked heart chapter from my book. So it's like, because your heart is open, now you can have the right kind of self-compassion that allows for a reprogramming of self-trust of your internal dialogue. Almost like now, whatever this is that you're working through, it's making it so that you're not like, okay, am I going to wake up and be mean to myself tomorrow? Am I going to wake up and my mind's going to be arguing with me tomorrow? Am I going to be able to have control over my mind? You're going to know that you do beforehand. Will I have to have surgery on my broken foot or will it heal on its own? I feel like it's going to end up being your choice. I almost feel like you're not going to at first, and then you may realize, okay, this isn't healing as much as I wanted it to. Wheel of Fortune is reversed. 2 of Cups is reversed. That to me is range of motion. You might, in order to get full range of motion back, it may be something that ends up being necessary, or you may just be like, okay, I'm good with like 90% or 80% range of motion. It doesn't feel far off, but it feels like there is something that like, how I'm seeing it is like a hinge. If there's something in the hinge, it won't close all the way. It kind of feels like that, but like with your foot. What is the significance of the song Suddenly by Olivia Newton-John and Cliff Richard? I've been hearing it in my head constantly for the last 5 days. Olivia Newton-John. Greece, right? Is she from Greece? I think so. Suddenly. Suddenly you stop resisting surrender and a part of you that felt missing can come back. Page of Cups in reverse. Part of your Knight of Wands creativity that was abandoned is coming back. It's like you're about to get a sudden spark of inspiration. Maybe musicals are important. Like the same type of creativity that goes into musicals. So like the fluid, I don't know, bringing to life a concept. Creativity as it pertains to bringing to life a concept is going to have like a sudden spark of inspiration. What message do I need to hear? What message do I need to hear? It's time to release. It's time to release whatever's blocking you from making a decision. The moon in reverse is like you have all the data points here. You just need to decide and then act on what? Something you don't feel strong enough to do yet. You just need to decide and act to walk forward on a decision that pulls you out of your comfort zone, but is actually positive. Oh, they're your favorite flower. Oh, perfect. The grandfather you're speaking of must be my mother's father. Yes. Yes. 6 of Swords in reverse and 9 of Cups. Yes, I'm not going anywhere. That's funny. What is my most prominent ability? I think it's clairaudience. I heard someone call my name and then I turned. Judgment in reverse is like you don't need your brain to come in and be like, it's this or it's that. And then the 7, I guess these could be like little speakers, right? Climbing up, climbing down, phases, climbing down. Judgment in reverse, you don't need your brain to interact. Show me pattern recognition. No. Okay, maybe clairaudience. It could be that. I thought maybe patterns because we have the moon and the stars up here and the ladder. I would say it's like this inner knowing that comes before the clairaudience, almost like I expect to hear something like this, but like maybe it's not a conscious expectation. But I also feel like there is some bit of pattern, like you know what certain things stand for. So I would say clairaudience, but also like this inner knowing because judgment's reverse. So it's like you don't need to think about it. You just know what it means. I only see him through my daughter's baby monitor. Let's see, why does he show up that way? I'm curious. When you look at your daughter's baby monitor, are you looking at it like this? Very closely paying attention, because this is like every other time you're too busy to notice the details. But when you're checking to see if your daughter's breathing and you're like this on the monitor, he's like, of course I'm going to show you then. You're paying attention. Like he's literally showing me you like making sure that she's okay like that. Are the 2 dogs I lost happy? I would say, okay, so this is obviously a very defense type energy, right? So this to me right away is they're still around you. I just feel like you're not all the way over this loss yet, and not that you should be. But with the Emperor coming out to clarify that, and especially the little bird there, it's like they still have their eye on you very much. 6 of Cups in reverse, they haven't fully like, I don't want to say they haven't fully transitioned because it doesn't feel like that, but it's like they're still very much with you. I feel like there's something that their presence needs to be as close as possible with you until this certain thing is like the chapter's closed. But 5 of Wands is reversed, so there's nothing wrong. They're not battling anything. They're not upset. They're not sad. They're just very cognizant of the fact that you still need their energy around you right now. So are they happy? Yes. Would they be happier if you were a little happier? Yes. And I feel like not happy as in you're unhappy, but there's this worry that you have about if they're happy and if they're okay, and they're like, we're here for you. We're here for you. It's the other way around, but I would say yes. A message that I need to help guide my actions and responses today. Don't respond today. It's interesting because I did see this video earlier that someone made on TikTok, and it was like, today is like a day of big tests as it comes to communication. I feel like when you're saying responses, what can be like, sleep on it and respond later, do that. I feel like there's a lot of heightened energy right now, and Ace of Cups is reversed. I feel like you're just very emotionally depleted right now. So what can be saved for later, do it. If it's going to cause a problem and you can't save it for later, High Priestess in reverse, just step with caution. Need to know only. You don't need to over explain your decisions, your actions, or your choices. If you need to make a decision or action or choice today, just say, this is it. That's all. You don't need to over explain. That's how I would word that. I don't know where my... Okay, that's fine. Hold on, let me turn my light back on. It's bothering me. 1 second. Not that that made a big difference at all, but okay. I go to this list. Why did that not go? Hold on. There we go. Message from guides with a token. $55. It's like a picture with a mountain on it. There we go. It's like a Polaroid picture that has a picture of a mountain on it. It's like some bit of how do you interact with the value you see in yourself? What are you doing with what you view as valuable within yourself? It feels like right now you're being shown a bigger picture perspective of what's possible to test how healed your self-concept is. So it feels like you're gearing up to make some kind of action move on showing yourself what you're made of or capable of. Will I be able to maintain my current weight? Will I be able to maintain my current weight? I want to say it's up and down. I'm kind of happy that Emperor clarified 10 of Pentacles because it's in your control to build it back up if it does go away. Almost if you're viewing it as a brick by brick wall, it's like you put up 5 bricks and then every once in a while a gust of wind comes and knocks one down, but then you can pick it up and put it back on the wall. So I feel like it's going to be a struggle, and I feel like there's going to be some ebbs and flows, almost like you're on one of those little kid roller coasters that just kind of goes around in a circle, but there's like dips. It kind of feels like that, but then you're able to rebuild even if it's a little bit slower than maybe you're used to. So I feel like for the most part, you're going to be able to maintain a baseline even if there's certain dips, because the dips you can take action to bring it back up. Like your body won't overfight you to bring it back up, if that makes sense. Your body will allow you to put the bricks back on the wall without just immediately knocking them over. Why is my sister taken nothing to do with her grandkids? My mom has living with her. Why is her sister taken nothing to do with her grandkids? Escapism. I'm trying to avoid being I'm trying to avoid my own reflection. I'm trying to avoid certain maybe pain I feel like I've caused or confusion I feel like I've caused. It's avoidance. It's heavy avoidance. Um, yeah, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, unwilling to commit. Um, it's heavy avoidance by someone who sees the issue and is avoiding it because they see the issue, as opposed to like, oh, I didn't realize that that was a problem. This is like, I realized that's a problem. That's why I stayed away. Will my daughter ever want to find out who her biological father is? I would say yes. Nine of Pentacles is like, so I can know who I am, and the Tower in reverse, so I can know who I am and know like Justice in reverse. Like from her standpoint, when I'm experiencing certain things in the world, I want to know, am I reacting this way because of my genetics, or am I acting this way because of something that needs to be looked at, like something that's happened that I need to. I feel like it's to get to the bottom of her true identity and like know her triggers and her own ins and outs. I feel like that is going to make her want to know who that person is. What will happen next with the Epstein files? What will happen? Desert Mirage in reverse. It's kind of like a dump truck opens and a bunch of documents come off, because that's like, we have all the resources. We have the resources for this. Mirage, you see it and it's not there. In reverse, you don't see it and it is there. You don't see this coming. They're already planning for this. A release of something. Secret weapon, celebrity, top secret in reverse. Revealing uh cutting the low hanging fruit. Look over there, not over here. Some kind of major distraction, but it's like a major distraction of like dumping things off of a dump truck. Like, look at all this. Oh, I wonder if it's Ghislaine. Fear, DNA. Someone connected to it is trying to use what's going on with Ghislaine to force someone's hand to dump other things out as a means to distract, if that makes sense. Did I give Kelly too many chances? Can I trust her on any level? Did I give Kelly too many chances? No. I think if you would have given any less chances, it just would have been a burden for you. You would have been like, I didn't give enough chances, and that would have sat with you forever. So I think that you gave the appropriate amount of chances. This is give and take, and this is like, okay, I'm confident in the amount I gave and took. Can you trust her on any level? I want to word it like this. You can trust you on multiple levels. You can trust yourself on the highest level. You can trust your discernment to say that's trustworthy and that's not when it's coming out of her mouth. It's just, are you going to believe yourself? That's all. I think that your intuition has alerted you many times of deception. And I think sometimes you've tried to gaslight yourself out of believing it, but now you know your discernment is on point. So as long as you can trust as long as you believe your discernment when it tells you what it's telling you, I don't think you need to completely cut this person off. I know that maybe that's why you're asking if you can trust this person. But I think you need to listen to your discernment, because if it comes to a point where you can't trust being around this person, your discernment will tell you. I don't think it's reached that point yet. When will I reap the rewards of my last surgery? And is there anything mentally blocking me energetically from accepting its success? Freedom from being held back. Not yet, though. August is what, 8, 9, 10, October? I feel like October is going to be significant for healing because I feel like something is taking a little longer. And I'm almost wondering if that's range of motion with the Six of Cups in reverse, like a little bit of stiffness, or lack of all the way flow. So maybe it could be circulation or something like that. It feels like it takes a little bit longer for things to kind of kick into gear. I would say October is significant between 8 weeks from now and October. Would that be October? Anyway, in that time frame, is there anything mentally blocking me energetically from accepting its success? Listening all the way to the instructions. Like maybe you want to do more than what you're supposed to be doing right now. I would say the only thing that could sabotage it would be not listening to those instructions because Tower's reversed. Will I be getting a raise in the next 12 months? Raise in the next 12 months. I see one eventually, but I don't see it in the next 12 months. Someone hasn't made that final decision yet, but you did something that put you above whoever else was in the running. Like you're like in the lead for it or something like that. But High Priestess in reverse, it's not ready to be enacted yet. I would say it's outside of a calendar year. But Nine of Pentacles does look like it's coming just in more time than what you'd like. Does Dave have a message for me? I know it's something I can't seem to focus on it. He always has a message for you. Let's see what it is. Something you need to know about the past is it wasn't your fault and it never was. Something's tied you to the belief that what? Something's tied you to the belief that what? That you should have, could have done something differently. It's just like there's this rock in your pocket, right? Like a little boulder. Like it looks like a little rock. Where did I put that? It looks like a little rock. Okay, so this is not big, it's small. But imagine imagine if this was 30 pounds. It's still this size, but it's 30 pounds, and I'm carrying it in my pocket all day. It's uncomfortable. When I sit down, it like digs into my leg. I'm constantly aware that it's there because it's 30 pounds and it's in my pocket and it's pushing into me, right? Sorry, I have to put that back over there. It'll make this like weird noise on my desk. Anyway, it's like that, and it's like a shoulda, coulda, woulda, and you're not realizing how much it's affecting you. But he's like, it's time to put it down and take a leap forward. Let yourself back in out of the cold. I said what I said. Never Gonna Let You Down by Colby Calais. Oh, wow. This is like my favorite speech of like all times. And it just started playing as I was finishing this. So you need to go listen to this, Christine. He Found Something by David Goggins. It's a speech about, it references Rocky, which is interesting because I was just in Philly 2 days ago. It referenced like a guy who's at like the bottom of what he can tolerate and he finds a way to keep fighting. So go listen to that. I feel like that is the message from Dave. He just wanted a little intro. Yes, it will be an audiobook at some point. Now that my office is almost all the way done, I am making a little place in the corner over there for one of those soundproofs that goes all the way around my head. Because even with the soundproof, you can still hear the cars. So yes, eventually I have to build it up in the corner over there. Best deck, honestly, I would say any tarot deck that matches your current mood in the moment, right? Like like this one would be more you're kind of transitionary, right? Like this one's very direct in terms of like transitions, I feel. Whereas other ones, like the Wildlands Tarot, that's like the map one. So if you're trying to find direction, I feel like whatever you're seeking, try to find a deck that goes with that. And then that kind of adds an additional element to the book, if you know what I mean. Oh, I did that one. Any message from my best friend's dad, Ralph? Best friend's dad. Approved. What do I want you to do about it? Let go of what no longer serves the truth. Only carry what moves you forward. And there's the justice scales on there. Only carry what moves you forward. I feel like for your friend, there's this choice that your friend is like, did I make the right choice? Could I made a better choice? If I made a different choice, would it have changed something? And this is the dad saying, it's time to put that down. Like whatever needed to happen, whatever needed to play out, played out. Like, and there's nothing but love here. Ace of Cups is reversed. So like there's this fear of, did I disappoint someone? And the dad's like, no way, not at all, not even a little bit, not even slightly. And approved on the back with You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban. So if there was a confirmation that your friend was seeking, the approved would be the confirmation of that. Would it be a better idea to stay in the city I'm in or to move to a different city? City you're in, different city. Seeing clearly that it's time to go for city that you're in. Clarity on things yet to learn. So it just feels like it doesn't feel like you need to go, but this looks kind of like it would benefit you to close out one chapter and start anew somewhere else. If it's doable, I wouldn't put too much stress on yourself to make that happen immediately, though. Let me go back to this list 1 second. Message and token from my guides. A target. You hit the target. Number 60. Feels like someone's coming in, either a new person to your life, like a friend, a acquaintance, a coworker, maybe a relationship. It doesn't really feel like that. It feels more friendship, but it feels like someone's coming in that you can trust, or there's a situation that's unfolding with another individual where if you're like, I don't know if I can trust this would be something that's trustworthy. There's trustworthy communication coming in, communication that you can believe and trust. And it feels like it's very freeing, whatever it ends up being. Is this Paul's message? It was harder to watch me. Crown chakra was closed. He sent squirrels climb. Oh, because the lid, squirrels climb, birds. Oh, wow. Man, you got that quick. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. This is the tree. Okay. The 8 of Cups looking at the North Star, needing to walk away from where you're at to follow the North Star. The Moon in reverse, a revelation of something. So it's almost like he put you on a quest to prepare you to fly. 10 of Pentacles is like the quest that prepared you to fly was you to simply realize what was blocking it. That lid that was taken off of the crown chakra, you had to realize what the lid was and remove it. So I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. Few questions in chat besides the point. I am only at 10:52 right now, so I'm a little behind. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see what else you need to know. I don't think I saw any of your questions yet. That's why I said that. Yeah, I'm at 1052 right now on the list. It feels like whatever you've put out is about to come back to you. See how the heart is on one and there's like wealth represented on the other? There's this, you kind of wore your heart on your sleeve for someone that needed it that you didn't realize needed it at the time, and it feels like that's coming back in good favor. It's like looping back around for you now. Oh, my mouse is stuck. There we go. Why did a fox build a den across the street and possibly deleted all of our rabbits? It was safe. Fox, release myself from being out in the cold. So I'm finding a shelter that Five of Wands in reverse is safe. So the fox wanted safety and shelter. Deleted all of our rabbits. I don't think he likes the rabbits. Any baby bunnies left? These are literal bunnies on there and it's in reverse. I don't think it's looking too good. Maybe a couple got away, but I think the fox kind of had it out for the bunnies, unfortunately. Do my ancestors and guides want me to start posting tarot videos? I don't feel ready, but I feel like they are yelling at me to do it. Before sharing, this is like, say one's lit up and one's not. We need these both lit up. This is you. This is the rest of the world, right? I feel like what they're pushing you to do is to start to build that rapport with yourself. Like, let me do some daily card pulls, see how that plays out, start to learn the language more thoroughly. It feels like that. And maybe even put some in your drafts and then like, I'll post this in a week if this happens or that happens. Let them show you which ones are ready. It feels less about them pushing you to do it and more about them seeing how far you are into the state of surrender so that they can give you directions that they know that you'll follow, even if they don't all the way make sense. Do you see the baby coming rather sooner or later? Sooner, later. I feel like by the time later comes, you'll have clarity because sooner is more likely the answer here. Knight of Cups, though. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty close to the due date. I don't feel like it's too much before or too much after. Maybe a little bit before because the sun is there before. I don't think after because Seven of Cups is reversed. That's clarity. And by the time it gets to after, you have clarity. I would say likely close to the date, but maybe a little before. How does my estranged mom feel about me now? Like she misjudged you? Knight of Cups and Ace of Cups are both upright. So like Seven of Swords in the middle, I tried to convince myself that you were coming from a dark place, but it turns out you're not. It kind of feels like because of your reactions or lack thereof, people are realizing that they were wrong. Was my dad next to me? It felt real. Was your dad next to you? Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Judgment has the literal angel. I can't get these straight. Coming to someone, and the magician is communication. The magician is like the power from that realm, right? It's like the lights were turned on over there for you from a place of love. I would say big yes. When the leaves change, so will something in your life. So it's kind of almost the end of summer, right? I feel like he's saying the next changes that come in are going to kind of have his signature on them. Like you're going to be like, oh, my dad set that up in like a positive way. If I Didn't Have You by Thompson Square is the song. Are there any messages from my friend Colby that passed? Colby. Summer was when I felt most alive. A trip, moment, or habit I had in the summer still lingers. Something you need to know about the past is forgiveness is the key to understanding it. It's almost like the energy of Colby saying something that it's time to release has been holding you back for far too long. And it's almost like make yourself a promise that you're only going to hold on to this until the end of summer. So you're going to start to take action steps now to reprogram whatever your mind is trying to get you to hold on to that's not in alignment with you. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Never Gonna Let You Down by Colby Kelly. 1 second. Red Bull gives you wing. Oh, that's not cold anymore. Hold on. Oh, man. That was not a pleasant surprise. Red Bull gives you wings, so it's like time to take flight. One second, I'm going down the list. Is Michelle doing okay? Was there something I did? Is Michelle doing okay? I think Michelle is dealing with something right now that Michelle would rather keep private. So it's kind of like this energy of if I pulled away, it's because I didn't want to be seen right now. Yeah, High Priestess. Was there something you did? Self-exploration in reverse, lack of alignment in reverse. If I can't get away, you could see Michelle clearly, and there's something Michelle didn't want anybody to see right now. So nothing you did wrong, just I know you can see me and I don't want you to, type of thing. Like energetically, not physically. Mm-hmm. 1 second. For anyone wondering, I'm up to 1109 on the comments. Will the surgeon successfully remove all of the cancer from your granny? Will they successfully remove? I don't think so. I think there's going to be something that's going to be a little difficult for them to get to, or I think that they're going to have to come back for a second round of something. Knight of Cups in reverse would be something struggling to mature to the fullest extent of flow. So this could be some kind of obstruction. So like we couldn't get to that part of it type of thing. The Star in reverse is like a private matter. So something deep, like something deeply blocked. The Fool in reverse. It's almost like we don't want to recklessly try to just whack at this one part that's hard to get to. But it's almost like that part isn't fully developed. It's just like we'd like to take that out, but we can't get to it. So now we need to keep an eye on it. It feels like that. Yeah, 7 of Cups. We're trying to use all of our tools. I want to word it like this. 90%. but there's part of it that's not developed into something real bad yet, but it feels like it's something where it's bigger of a risk to try and get it than it is to just let it go and see if it develops. Kind of feels like that. Do they ever figure out that's not going to happen and stop? Let's see. No. I mean, the strategy may change, but it's like the intentions don't. The dial may turn down, the volume of it may turn down, but the intentions themselves are remaining in place, is what it looks like. I only hope I gave them enough info to fight for themselves when I'm gone. What can we know? You're not going to love this answer, but it's like you gave it to them, but I don't know if they all the way know how to use it. Like, you gave enough information. Are they going to be able to stamp it in the same way that you are? No, because they don't have the same understanding. Could they get there? Yes. Are they walking there right now? No. Does that make sense? Does dad's wife know that I see her? Why did I choose them and these experiences in this life? Does she know that you see her? A missed opportunity to project my darkness. It's giving I can't fool you. I have a lot of other people fooled, but I can't fool you. Typically, I can word bomb it my way out of things, and I can't do that with you because you see through it. I would say yes. Why did you choose them? You likely had past lives where, out of a state of survival, you had to adapt to other people's belief systems that weren't in alignment with yours. And this time you have the means to be like, I'm not subscribing to that. No, sir, no, ma'am. Specifically, no, ma'am. It just feels like that. It's like your opportunity to break out of a previous cycle where you had to, for survival, like go with things that you're like, this is not okay with me, but like I need to survive type of thing. But this time you can approach it differently. Did they cheat in the election on Tuesday, or was it an honest mistake? Did they cheat? Was it an honest mistake? Did they cheat? Putting down the burden of dissatisfaction to get what I want. Did they cheat? Putting down the burden of dissatisfaction to get what I want. Honest mistake. Don't want an unfair fight. Separate it from the group. I feel like some people cheated. Some people didn't know about it. Some people think it's an honest mistake because some people who were involved in something believe it to be an honest mistake. Whereas there's at least one person that this was not an honest mistake. They had some kind of hand in it. Last. Keep feeling like Charlie is off. What is it? What's Charlie's energy? my mind is not a nice place to be right now, so I'm just not going to be there, but I know that there's things that need to be addressed in there, and the longer that I stay avoiding there, the longer those things are going to go unaddressed, but that's better than dealing with it right now because I don't want to do that. If I make a change, then I have less control, and right now control is more important than making changes. Feels like that. It's like this battle in the mind. I don't understand. Message of support, guidance, and a song. You are so welcome. So why is this happening to you? Let's do I want to use that? Apparently I do. Okay. Let's see. Shield low vibes. Someone's trying to shield their low vibes because on purpose they did what? Follow the money in reverse. Mind control. It's giving throwing rocks and hiding my hands. It's someone wants you to react in a way that they can then point the finger and be like, see? But like realistically, they're the reason that it's happening. It's like that. It's like I'm trying to block my low vibes of something that I did on purpose, Two of Swords, that I don't want people to see so that they can't follow the trail of what my intentions were. Not you, whoever's causing this. What do you need to understand about it? Like if your guides could say, understand this. If you can understand this, then you can be a little bit more at ease. Oh dear. The Fool in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, underlying energy. Understand your it's a spiritual battle. What's that Bible quote? We battle not with flesh and blood, but of the spirit. This is like the devil being like, that light, I'm gonna put that out. And God being like, no, you're not, you can try. And there's like this battle. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Last one, then back to the other list. Any unexpected blessings coming up soon? So my pool people are here to clean out the pool or to vacuum and stuff the pool. So cleaning of your emotional waters, that kind of goes hand in hand with the previous message and kind of goes with this too. The unexpected blessing is kind of your own upgrade, like seeing how you're handling things that would have tripped you up in the past. And as you can be in a state of just receiving that and allowing that to be viewed as a blessing instead of just more frustration, because it is going to be frustrating, but it's also a blessing. So when you can disregard the frustration and look at it as a blessing, it's going to usher in more to be thankful for. But I feel like the first thing that comes in, because I don't want to be like, oh, this great stuff is coming in. The first thing that comes in that might not feel great, but is great, is that they're not able to pull you down to their level at all. And I feel like you get an example of that that's meant to kind of be a blessing because it's cleaning out your emotional waters or showing you that your emotional waters are cleaned. And kind of to go with this message, I accidentally left my water on last night and I overflowed my pool. So it's almost like innocent, which they're probably going to knock and yell at me. Anyway, when you were the most emotionally over full, you still kept your cool. So you're going to get some kind of blessing for that. But at first you need to see it for that. Oh, my mouse is stuck. Hold on, let me see if they texted me. Let's see. Okay, not yet. I mean, I'm talking my pool is very overfull. Like 6 hours worth of overfilling. Okay. It was Greece. Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought so. Yes, thank you, Linda. If you have not ordered the blueprint and you want to enter the giveaway, you can even just get the Kindle version of it. That goes until August 31st. Did I say I'm pulling it on the 1st? I think September 1st is when I'm doing that giveaway. But that's one of each deck. I don't remember what else. You have to go watch the video. Thank you, Linda. Oh, suddenly the wheels are in motion as part of the song lyrics. Perfect, because I had no idea what that song was, but that goes with the message. That goes with the message. One second. I've been feeling absolutely defeated, financially stuck, and attacked from every angle. Am I about to level up soon? You're not going to like this answer, but it's the answer. You're being tested. You're in the abandonment test, so the heart chakra test. When life gives you every reason of why it would be easier to just abandon yourself, are you gonna start making choices to, how do I word this? Are you gonna make choices that will lessen the risk of being abandoned by others, but simultaneously causes you to abandon yourself? The level up isn't going to come until after you've been tested with that for a bit. Knight of Swords is reversed. That's slow instead of fast. Nine of Cups in reverse. You got to be, the genie in a bottle's reversed. So it's like, it's not time for your next wish yet. It's time to show up for yourself right now, even in a season of depletion, especially in a season of depletion. Is the Vice President, J.D. Vance, planning a coup against Trump? Is Vance backstabbing Trump? Is there any potential coup currently planned? Oh. I can't say no. I don't know. Okay, here's what I has. Here's how I want to say this. I wouldn't word it as a coup. I wouldn't look at other examples of a coup in the past. I don't know if that word is plural or not. I don't know if you can pluralize it. Anyway, I wouldn't look at them and expect something similar. Like, this is something different. It's like an exposure instead of a coup, almost like a I don't know. Like, I view. Oh, sorry, I'm like slipping. I view a coup as like a hostile, aggressive. Where this is more like a look at this. Let's see what happens. It kind of feels like that. Is making the asking price offer the best thing for the house I am interested in? Is making the asking price offer. No, is it over your budget or something? Or is there work that needs to be done to the house that should lower that some bit? I don't know. Judgment in reverse is like, don't finalize that part yet. Three of Cups in reverse is like a lack, like they need to work with you more. There's something that should be wiggle roomed here. Seven of Wands, so that you can get the most benefit out of it, to defend yourself. I don't know. I would try and wiggle room it a little bit more. There's something being missed or looked past. Can you tell me if my doggy little boy I knows miss him so much, and if he is with my dad? What can we know? So Two of Cups, yes, with dad, for sure. Of course I know, because I never left. Am I with your dad? Yeah. Am I right there with you? Yeah. Look, I can be in both places at one time. Six of Cups in reverse. I never left. I'm right here. I'm with him too, but I never left. Bare Naked by Jennifer Love Hewitt is playing. Is it close to the dog's birthday or your birthday or your dad's birthday? There's some birthday here because I heard Birthday Suit when the chorus started playing. And Message in a Bottle with this. I don't know how to do this. I have a message in a bottle right there, and inside of it is my dad and mom's handwriting. It says "Love you, kiddo, Dad." So I think that's the message to you from your dad. I see now that the moments I spent with you were the most valuable of all. Aw, number 6. And it's number 6 too. Oh, they're both saying it. Oh, and this is 6 too. They're both saying it. The moments they spent with you were the most valuable of all. Lean on Me by Bill Withers. Yeah. An interest is dancing. I feel like the dog maybe butt wiggled a lot or something. Message about Shadow's medical status. Shadow's medical status. Not worst case scenario, but not in the clear yet. There's some maybe treatment, maybe surgery, maybe something. Something needs to happen to get more in the clear. Because right now you're locked out, but there's a change in strategy that would lead to a solution and better flow, internal flow. But I think that's going to be communicated to you. I think you're going to be a little upset, but it's not worst case scenario because there's some kind of solution. And it's not worst case scenario, but it's not best case scenario either. That's how I'd word that. Is there a reason I keep writing things down over the Idaho case? I can't seem to let it go. Because a belief that you have contradicts a popular belief by others, and you're trying to understand who has it wrong and where the incorrectness is coming from. Almost like this energy of like, if I'm seeing it wrong, show me how I'm seeing it wrong. And if I'm seeing it right, that means that other people are seeing it wrong. It's like this, I don't know, like clearing of questioning your own mind. Like if I keep following this fishing line, it'll eventually take me to an answer that shows me if I can understand what my mind was telling me or not, if that makes sense. Will Amy find a house before the baby comes? I want to say it's going to cut it close, but yes. I want to say it's going to cut it real close, but yes. King of Swords with the Tower in reverse makes me think of like I'm signing this paper and then I'm very shortly after going into labor. Like it feels very close together, but it does feel like yes. It feels like there will at least be like a plan in place. Oh, thank you. Is Sean still out to get me, or does he actually feel about everything now? I feel it's kind of giving flying monkey. Like I'm trying to figure out your communication or what you know and report back. I wouldn't trust this person. Not that they don't feel a little bit guilty because Ace of Cups is there in reverse, but so is Knight of Pentacles. You can't trust them. What is wrong with my son Daniel? He is sick all the time. We have gone to every doctor and he still doesn't feel good. Is it all in his head? What's going on with Daniel? No, it's not all in his head. Um, what else could that be besides? I keep getting like something along the lines of like hormones, parasite, like something like that, like levels of something being off, but not levels of something that they would typically just test and find. Like it would be like something you find if you're looking for it. Almost like the body's storing too much of something and it's not able to then release. So it's like an invisible. The Wizard of Oz. The song is called Wizard of Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. If you're following the yellow brick road, what's that mean? Follow the yellow brick road. Because we have the chariot here. And we have to follow the yellow brick road, there's some kind of Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You can't do it on your own. Doctor would help. So it's something internal. Hermit in reverse. Follow the yellow brick road. I would look into a parasite cleanse. I have it on my stand store if you want to look at the information on it. If you look on Instagram, the Detox Mama too. I think there's like underscores. She has a lot of information on it as well. If that's something that's coming through, but it's like this like nothing huge, but an imbalance that causes the body to not release something. I don't know, or like flow properly. Message from dad and mom. I want you to open your heart to the future because I'll be there in spirit. I didn't realize that it was too late. I didn't realize until it was too late that time was my most valuable gift. I feel like there's this reference to not waiting around to do things that your spirit is calling to your attention now. Like there may be some hesitancy when it comes to change. And it's not like, oh, you're running out of time, but it's like use the time wisely so that you don't look back wishing that you did. Because there's some resistance to ending a cycle of dimming or staying small or hiding or not taking some kind of chances. 7 Years by Lucas Graham, and You Can Do It by You Can Do It with Amazing Grace by Elvis Presley. It's definitely encouragement to like remember what you're capable of and not sell yourself short on that. At My Best by MGK. Did my chat with my eldest help him find more clarity about coming home from Japan? It was a very important conversation. Oh, that's you. You just fell out of the deck. It was a very important conversation. It definitely gave him the perspective of if my next decision doesn't end up being what ends up being right, I at least know I'm supported to change course. Like, I don't have to have it all figured out. I can figure it out as I go, and that's okay. That's part of the journey. It's like you gave him that perspective. And because of that, now he's able to say, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to decide? As opposed to being like, I feel like I need to do this, or people expect this of me. You gave him the space to make his own decision. And I feel like that's very appreciated more than you realize. Will I find the direction I need to go when it comes to finances? And thank you. Will you find the direction that you need? I feel like first step is getting very clear about where you're at right now, almost like organizing your entire life into some giant spreadsheet that almost is like a show of good faith. Like, hey, universe, hey, God, I'm willing to look at the hard parts. I'm willing to see exactly where I'm at until I can move forward. The Eight of Wands is communication, and so is the Ace of Swords. It's truth, data, and clarity. So I do feel like as you get very clear about where you're at with the bird here, it's like spirit comes in to kind of show you where there's opportunities. So will you find the right direction? Yes. The first step is get as clear as possible where you're currently at, what's working for you, what's not. And it's almost like as you do that, spirit's going to start to highlight things. Okay, focus on this. Okay, connect this dot with this life experience. It's going to start to create the path for you. But I feel like there's a need to really get more clear about where you're currently, even if you are kind of clear about it, more clear or more organized about where you're currently at comes first. Message and token. It's a thumbtack. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in what? You know the truth about what someone was not saying. You know why certain topic was being avoided or ran away from quickly or not even explored in the first place. You're hearing what's not being said, and you need to just trust yourself that that's true and put a pin in it. Don't overthink about it. Don't try and gaslight yourself out of maybe I'm wrong. You heard what wasn't being said, and you need to trust yourself of what your intuition is telling you as to why that wasn't being said. How does our future for my granddaughter's mother and Nana moving closer to us so we can help her with healing from her TBI? What do we need to do? I feel like this is someone who's not going to want to feel like they're a burden, someone who's not going to want to feel like they're incapable of doing stuff. So I feel like this is someone who's going to really want, I don't know, I guess like to feel like they still are in control of their life choices, functions, all of that. I feel like there's going to be some difficulty in the transition, but it's nothing you can't overcome. But be open to changing strategy if the first strategy doesn't seem to be working. And I feel like with strategy, I mean how you're all interacting with her as she's getting set up. Like she may need different approaches to things than what typically was discussed. Will the move happen with the sale of property or rent out current property? Sale or rent? Sale, rent. I feel like sale is safer. There's some lack of certainty as it comes to rent, almost like not really knowing everything that you'd be getting involved with, or not realizing the weight of certain responsibilities that comes with the rent direction. Sale, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It may be something where you don't get the full amount that you wanted, but at least there's less of a risk. So I feel like the better option would be sale. Is that the more likely option, though? If you can wait a little longer, I feel like it'll be quicker to just rent it and go, but it's better to sell it and go. And I think selling it may take a little bit longer, obviously, but I think that's the better option. Advice for the next few months. Advice for the next few months. Allow yourself to engage in healthy trial and error without being too hard on yourself. You don't have to have everything figured out. You're allowed to learn as you go and then connect the dots accordingly. Also, when someone wants to help you, especially if you're in a state of exhaustion, let them. It's not weakness. Let them help you. Specifically, no, ma'am, makes sense. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it does, unfortunately. What skill set do I need to develop that A said you haven't developed yet? Working with spirit, to be in a state of receiving or a state of ease. It's kind of giving I walk by faith, not by sight. So, like a divine surrender. So, I guess maybe the skill set would be like meditation or clearing your mind or something like that, and allowing the space for spirit to just hand you things, like mentally, obviously, not literally, but like creating space. So, like meditation, grounding, that kind of stuff. Taking all the bumper cars out of your mind one by one so that they're not all just running into each other. Will the, don't know how to say that, phlebotomy, maybe, help with chemo side effects of lethargy, thin hair, metabolism, etc.? I had 26 blood transfusions, which caused really high iron. Will that help? I don't think it's going to get you exactly where you're hoping to be. I don't think it's going to alleviate all of the things that you would hope it to. Do I think it's going to help? Yeah. Do I think it's going to hurt? No. I mean, maybe to some degree, the Tower and the Nine of Swords are here, but whatever the side effects could be, I don't think you're going to get the worst case scenario of them. And I think that whatever it's helping is going to be enough to make whatever side effects could come through be bearable, because it's like, okay, I have to deal with that, but at least I don't have to deal with that, if that makes sense. So kind of like yes and no. I know that's not the answer that you wanted to hear, but it's kind of like yes and no. How does the true crime reference I was getting before tie into the squirrels and the birds, or is that entirely separate from Paw Paw? Separate. Queen of Wands is social queen in reverse. So he's like, I'm over here. That conversation's over there. The Ace of Swords is data points, and the World in reverse is like you don't have all of them yet. So the true crime thing will make more sense later, but it's not the same as the birds and the squirrels reference. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. All you need to do right now is focus on your energy, like keeping your energy as high as possible. It just feels like if you can do that, there's something right around the corner that's coming in as a state of relief or a state of release or a state of forward progress. But there's like divine timing at play. So you need to allow that to unfold. You can't miss what's for you, but you can delay it if you aren't a vibrational match for it. So just make sure that you're keeping yourself as high vibrationally as possible so that the timing does not delay of what wants to come in for you. They're on Amazon now. The paperback, hardback, and Kindle. I will have copies here. I think the paperback should be here Monday, and the hardback next week. So those I can sign and write notes in. But it is on Amazon now. The house is below my budget. Any further insight on what they would accept? Okay, so if it's below your budget, why not do full price then? There's something you're not seeing. It might be below your budget, but it might not be worth like your interest in it may be causing a little bit of a blinder to what it's actually worth. Because the moon is something you're not seeing. Insight on what they would accept. Would 8% off of something be a big discount if it's a house? You might be able to talk them up to like an 8% discount, or maybe like 8K or off of, or something like that. Number 8 is significant. Temperance and Queen of Cups is like before you get all the way to the full price, there's a stopping point before. That's how I'd word that. Shadow has arthritis in her hips and legs only, 4 years old. They prescribed Gab. Will that be enough to make her comfortable? Will that be enough to make her comfortable? Ace of Pentacles in reverse is a missed opportunity. So that would be things not going to the degree that you would like them to, or falling short of what you would view as success. 4 Pentacles in reverse is a lack of alignment. And you're saying arthritis in hips and legs only. So to me, this is like, what's that word? Overcompensation. Like my hips and legs are still tight. So then my front starts to get that way too, because I'm overcompensating for the back's lack of proper flow. And then the Knight of Cups in reverse will be that lack of flow. I don't think it's going to be enough long term. Like it may help temporarily alleviate things, but I feel like it's not going to be enough to make Shadow's body not eventually overcompensate for the issue, if that makes sense. My 2 oldest grandsons will be starting kindergarten next week. How will it go? How will it go? I don't think you have anything to worry about. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse would be my only concern about just like them getting into a routine and maybe being thrown off routine wise, and it taking a minute to get that going. But 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, as long as you focus on, okay, we're not doing the routine to the best of our ability. Let's focus on how to make this better. What you put into it, you will get out of it with the 6 of Pentacles. So I think it's going to go fine. There may be a little bit of thrown off in the first couple weeks, like behavior wise or something, but as you address it, it gets made better. Oh yeah, Linda, you're right. I need to get off soon, guys. I'm going to do a couple more and then I have to hop off. Gavin's at my parents' until tomorrow, so I'm not cognizant of what time it is right now. The house, oh, I did that one. Advice for the next 3 months. What is the focus? Disconnect from anything that makes you feel like you're abandoning any part of yourself or dimming any part of yourself. The next couple months, it's not about figuring out how to force your feet forward. It's about what right now needs to be disconnected and left where it's at. That's how you move forward. It feels like every time you make space, you get a download of like, okay, I made space. I don't do it to get a download, but I get some kind of information from the space that's been created. Do I have something else wrong with my health other than your back? Is your back going to get better? Do you have something else wrong? Knight of Swords in reverse can be like a misfire of data. Like, how do I word this with like a back? So misfire of data with a back would kind of be like, because the back being not in alignment, it's starting to cause other things to think they're in alignment when they're in a state of overcompensation. So it's like rewiring the body to be like, oh, okay, I can only move 80% there. Now that 80% my brain is reading as 100%. It's like something like that. So it's associated with the back, but it's like a side effect of the back. Like a separate issue that came from that, if that makes sense. I feel like as your back gets better, the other issue also gets better because it is associated, even though it's separate. I feel like it's going to take a while, though, for it to get better. What will the Lionsgate portal tomorrow bring in for me? You will be in the ocean. Hey, that's you in the ocean. Your confidence in your voice, because it's like, what's that quote that I saw? It's like crap, hold on. Your magic it comes from your knowledge and it's fueled by your heart. Like your heart pumps the magic, right? This is that. It's like that. Now that that's pumping again, your confidence in your voice is returning. I'm going to do about 5 more and then I have to hop off. And my mouse is stuck. There we go. Is it time for me to embrace my feminine energy primarily and allow him masculine energy into your reality? Yes and no. Earned space. This is not on the camera. Earned space is how I would word that. Like, open up a little bit, and then as it's proven to you that that's safe, then take another step when you're ready. Don't expect yourself to overnight just be like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. Four of Wands is here and it's upright. So this would be allowing that space into your reality, because this is the connection between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? In a celebratory way, in a healing way, but don't rush it. I would word it as you're ready to unlock the door and open it. You need to see that it's safe to walk through, though. Will the facility in Oregon approve my mom's insurance? Releasing the maturing of a situation upon a lack of a final decision. They're giving you the runaround, or they're going to be giving you the runaround. Final decision. Are they going to approve it? They're going to give you the runaround and then approve it. So I don't know if that's as far as needing to appeal something, or it's just like a needing to follow up and be like, hey, are you still working on this type of thing? Is this your life until the end of your time? The difficulties that you're facing right now. What can we know about them? No. No, you'll disconnect from the burden eventually, but it's like other people's energies that it's giving no weapon formed will prosper, but they'll form. Just to say they won't prosper doesn't mean that they're not going to form, because they are going to form. But if you continue to make the right choices, take the right actions, stay in the right energy, they won't prosper. Will you eventually be able to put it down and walk away from this? Yes. Is it going to be soon? I don't think so, unfortunately. Song for my best friend from her mama that passed 6'9". Ah. The thing I loved most about our time together was the little things that meant the most in the end. There's also some kind of pinky promise and red string of fate. So it's like they're still very much connected. There's like best friend energy with that. Something unusual. Consider its meaning with the lighthouse. Did your friend, did lights flash at an important time, or maybe like there's certain lights that weren't supposed to be on that turned on? It's like the mom was trying to bring some bit of comfort in a moment that your friend really needed it, and it has something to do with lights. Thank you for loving me and Dancing in the Sky by Danny and Lizzie. So one, she's okay. Two, there's some promise that she made that she's trying to keep. I don't know if it's like I'll send you signs or something like that, but it's like she's trying very hard to keep that promise. Oh, you feel the house is overpriced because they've done all improvements. How does $2,000? Okay. So we're on the same page about the overpriced bit of it. So how does $2,000 last sound? What did I say before? 8? What's 8 minus 5 is 3. Can we go $3,000? $3,000 less? The devil in the middle here to me is kind of just like how his hands are up. Like you may be sounding yourself a little bit short still, right? There may be a little bit more wiggle room. I would say between 3 and 5. I like 8. I'll take 3 to 5. You're at 2. So 3 to 5 is kind of middle range. Will my son get what he is hoping for? Will my son get what he is hoping for? It's kind of giving the energy of something better coming along, but this, like whatever this is, it would take up the space of what actually is meant for him. Tower in reverse, it's not a worst case scenario. It just feels like a situation where spirit knows what would be better, even if it's not necessarily in alignment with what our human self wants. 4 Pentacles in reverse is a misalignment. So it's almost like what he wants and what he needs, or what he's hoping for and what he needs may be 2 different things at this time. Does my daughter have a learning disability? Will she struggle in school? I would word it as just learns a little bit differently. Maybe a more hands-on approach, but definitely a slower approach. That doesn't mean slow. It just means almost like her confidence in what she's learning only comes after an extended period of, okay, now I get it. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I'm like that too. But the Hierophant reverse makes me think that this may be a little different than how other kids learn. Will she struggle in school? I think the pace, yes. I think the pace will be hard to keep up with. So it's going to be about figuring out how to make the most of the moments and catch up when available. All right, super chats are going to be closed. Let me do that really quick. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me finish the ones that are on here now. Any change in my inheritance case, and are they still trying to unalive me? You are welcome. Is there any change in the case? It's like there's new communication being introduced that you don't know about yet. Or communication. New communicate. It's like the other side is trying to make some kind of irrelevant conversation important. Are they still trying to unalive me? No, because they think they can beat you in court. It's kind of almost giving, well, now it's better to keep you alive so we can embarrass you. That's kind of how it feels, to be honest with you. Not that they can, but that's what they think. Should you speak at the Zoom budget meeting tonight? Card didn't want to go in. Card didn't want to go in. You don't want to go in. You don't want to go there at all. Should you speak? It's just not going to be received in the way you want it to be received. If you don't speak, are you going to be frustrated that you didn't speak? Yes. If you do speak, are you going to be frustrated that they're just trying to not hear you on purpose? Yes. So it's like, which one is going to be worse is kind of, I don't even think I can make this decision for you or give you advice. It's sit right on a plain piece of paper, 2 circles, and inside the 1 circle, write guilt for not trying. And inside the other circle, write triggered from being unheard. Whichever circle you fill up first, cross that one out. You're not doing that one. Do the other one. You know what I mean? Because you'll see real quick which, and the world in reverse is on the bottom, and that's a bunch of circles. You'll see real quick which one's going to trigger you more. Hold on one second. Gavin texts me. Oh, no, it's my mom. Gavin is eating my peach pound cake. Okay. Maybe skip the meeting and go have some peach pound cake. That might be a good, if you fill up that circle first. All right, let me go back to Linda. I know you put a question and a super chat. I'm trying to find the question though. Oh, I did the back one. Maybe there's another one. Mm-hmm. One second. I don't see another one. I'll have to scroll back up in a second. I've told him that I feel like something's up. He always says he is fine. Will he ever tell me what's up? Nope. And if he does tell you some of it, you're not getting all of it. You might get a skim of the surface just to kind of get you to back up from it a little bit. But King of Swords and 9 of Cups in reverse is like, no, I'm not telling you the depth of what you want to know. No way. 6 of Swords, I'll do what I have to do to get out of this conversation, though. Let me see. I don't see another one. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I need to go eat. What was I going to say? So check the video for the giveaways. There's the 75K giveaway. There's the members giveaway, which is the same video. I didn't want to stress out Brooke because, all in one video is easier. And then there's the blueprint giveaway, which you can purchase the Kindle edition to leave the review. I know that I owe you guys videos, but I don't know if I'm getting to them this week. I am very, very behind. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. September, I'll be back to regularly scheduled content, but it's very hard because Gavin has me outside and I can't have all this stuff outside with me. I don't know. I just lost all of the trains that had thoughts on them. So thank you all for being here. I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.